May I offer you a fry, madam?
Oh, wow. Are you about to ask me for money? Or is that fry poisoned?
Exactly. And that is the problem we are talking about today.
Welcome to Jackie English Channel. I'm Emma, and this is Jackie.
Hey everyone. Today we are talking about three little questions. Can I, could I, and may I?
They look so similar, right? But they feel completely different when you hear them.
Right. And choosing the wrong one, well, it can make people feel a little uncomfortable.
Or, like Jackie just showed us, it can make a fry sound like a formal ceremony.
Yes. So if you enjoy this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend.
It really helps the Jackie English Channel grow. Okay, let's get into it.
So here is a quick question before we start. Imagine you want one fry from your friend's plate.
Oh, classic situation. We all do that.
Do you say, can I grab one? Or do you say, may I have one? Think about it. Which feels right?
Keep that answer in your head. We will come back to it very soon.
All right, let's start with can I. This one is easy, fast, and full of life.
Yes, I always think, can I sounds like a friend talking, not a textbook.
Exactly. So, I have to tell you about the fry incident.
Oh no, the fry story. Okay, tell me.
So remember that time we went for burgers? I reached over, grabbed one of your fries, and I said, can I?
Haha, yeah, you asked after you already took it.
Well, that is just how friends do it. It was totally fine. But imagine what if I had stopped, looked you in the eyes very seriously, and said, may I?
Oh, wow. I would have looked at the fry, then looked at you, and thought, is this a proposal?
Or you would think there was something wrong with the fry, like it had a secret.
Exactly. That is the feeling. May I between friends just feels too serious, too formal.
So the rule here is simple. With friends, family, or at a fast food counter, can I is the most natural choice.
It feels warm. It feels easy. It feels like you belong in the conversation.
Let me give you three quick ones. Can I sit here? Can I try one? Can I get a latte?
Short, fast, natural. That is it. You do not need more words. Just say it.
Okay, Emma, quick practice. I am going to give you a situation and you say it with can I.
Okay, I am ready.
You want to sit next to someone on the train.
Can I sit here? Easy.
Perfect. You want to borrow a pen from your friend.
Can I borrow your pen? Done.
Great. One more. You want to try your friend's new drink.
Can I try that? So simple. Anyone can do this.
Yes. And listeners, if you are at a coffee shop or a bubble tea place today, try it.
Just say, can I get, and then your order. What would you order? A latte? A milk tea? Tell us in the comments.
Okay, now let's move to the second one. This one is my personal favorite. Could I?
Oh, could I is so good. It is like a softer version of can I, more gentle.
I like to think of it as a social lubricant. It makes everything a little smoother.
That is a great way to put it. Okay, I have a story about this.
Oh yes, the meeting story. Tell them.
Okay, so I was in a Zoom meeting. I had something important to say, but I kept thinking, do I say, can I or may I?
And while you were thinking,
The topic moved on. I finally said, may I? And everyone was already talking about next year's plan. I became invisible.
that is such a real feeling. I think many listeners know exactly what that is like.
It is the worst. And then Jackie told me there was a perfect phrase for that moment.
Yes, Just say, could I just jump in? That is it. Short, polite, and you are in.
It sounds confident but not rude. It sounds professional but not stiff.
That is exactly what could I does. It gives the other person space. It says, I respect you, but I also need to speak.
And for strangers too. Like if you need to ask someone on the street for help?
Right. Could I ask you a quick question? Feels so much softer than, can I ask you a question?
You know what? That one little word quick makes it even better. It tells the person you will not take long.
Yes! Words like quick, just, and for a second, they lower the pressure on the other person.
Like, could I get your help for a second? Sounds so easy to say yes to.
Exactly. Or, could I just check one thing? Very useful in a work email or a meeting.
I use that one a lot now, actually. It works every time.
So here is your mini interaction for this section. Imagine you are in a meeting and you want to say something.
Which one do you like more? Option A, could I just jump in? Option B, can I say something?
Both are fine, honestly. But which one feels right to you? Leave your answer in the comments.
Okay. Now for the big one. The one that started this whole episode. May I?
Yes. So here is the truth about may I. It is not just more polite, it creates distance.
Right. It is like you are giving the other person all the power. You are saying you decide, not me.
Let me tell you about the boss scenario. Imagine I arrived at work 2 hours late.
Oh no. 2 hours? That is a lot.
I know. So I push open the boss's door very slowly and I say, may I come in?
And that works. Because at that moment, you are not being polite. You are showing I know I made a mistake.
Exactly. I am handing over the control. I am saying, you decide if I can come in or not.
But if you said, can I come in? It sounds completely different, right?
Yes. Can I come in after being 2 hours late? It sounds like you are announcing that you are buying the company.
Haha, that is such a good image. Too confident for the situation.
Right. So, may I is for when the gap is big, like student and teacher, employee and boss, guest and host.
But there is a flip side. Because using may I in the wrong place is also a problem.
Oh, yes. Tell them about the coffee shop.
Okay, picture this. It is morning rush hour. 20 people are in line behind you. Everyone is late for work.
I can feel the stress just thinking about it.
And the person at the front looks at the busy barista and says, may I please have a latte?
At that moment, they are not polite. They are the enemy of the entire shop.
Yes, because a simple, can I get a latte, is faster, warmer, and much easier for the barista.
So choosing can I get in, that moment, it is actually the kind thing to do.
Exactly. Being fast and natural is also a form of respect. I love that.
Now, there is one more way to use may I, and this one is kind of fun.
Oh, the neighbor story. I love this one.
So my neighbor kept parking in my space every week. Very annoying. But I stayed calm.
You stayed calm? Really?
Very calm. I walked over and said very slowly, may I ask what you are doing?
Oh, wow. I can feel the pressure from here. That sounds like the start of a legal document.
Yes. Because when you use may I in a situation like that, the other person feels, oh, this person is serious.
Like the next step is a lawyer calling them. I would move my car immediately.
But do not use this all the time. It is heavy. It is meant for very specific moments.
Right. Save it for when you really need that wait. Otherwise, you will sound like a butler at the wrong party.
A butler at the wrong party. That is a perfect description.
Okay, I want to share something personal here. Something a little embarrassing.
Oh, please do. I love this part.
So, the very first time I ordered coffee abroad, I was so nervous. I had studied English. I had practiced at home.
Okay, and then?
I looked at the barista and said very carefully, "May I please have a latte?"
And what happened?
The barista just stopped and stared at me, like I had said something from a Shakespeare play.
Oh no.
And then the people behind me started sighing. I turned red. I felt like my English was terrible.
But you know what? Your English was not terrible. Your distance was just off.
That is what Jackie told me later. And honestly, it changed everything for me.
Because if you had said, "Can I get a latte?" Warm, easy, natural, the barista would have just smiled and started making it.
2 words. That is all. Can I instead of, "May I please?" And suddenly I go from nervous to confident.
From bundle up to in control. That is the whole point of today.
And here is something I want listeners to hear. Native speakers are actually more scared when you are too formal.
Yes! Too much politeness creates a wall. People do not know how to respond to you.
When you relax, people relax. And then the conversation just flows.
Okay, so let me give you the simple rule I use. I call it the temperature rule.
Oh, I love this rule. Tell them.
Close distance use, can I? Far distance use, could I? And if you are really scared, use may I.
Or as Jackie likes to say, near use can, far use could. Only use may when you are terrified.
Haha, yes. That is my version. It is not about right or wrong. It is about distance.
So, before you speak, just ask yourself, are we close? Are we equal? Or do I need to give them the power?
That question takes 1 second, and your English will feel 10 times more natural.
Okay, let's do a quick recap together before we go.
Let's do it. So, number 1, can I? Use this with friends, family, and in casual places, like a cafe.
Fast, warm, friendly. Like, can I get a latte? Or can I try that?
Number 2, could I? Use this when you want to be softer with a stranger, a colleague, or in a meeting.
Like, could I just jump in? Or could I ask a quick question? It is gentle but still confident.
Number 3, may I? Use this when the gap is big, when you made a mistake, or when you want to sound very serious.
Like, may I come in? When you are 2 hours late? Or may I ask what you are doing? When you want to be firm?
And the bonus tip, add just quick or for a second. It makes every request feel lighter and friendlier.
You know what I love most about today? We never once talked about grammar rules. We talked about feelings.
Right, because language is about connection. And when you choose the right distance, people feel it.
To every listener who has ever felt stuck choosing between these 3, you are not bad at English. You just need to feel the distance.
And now you can. All right, here is today's comment challenge.
3 situations. Number 1, you want 1 fry from your friend's plate.
Number 2, you are in a Zoom meeting and you want to add something.
Number 3, you are 2 hours late and you push open your boss's door.
Write your 3 full sentences below, can I, could I, or may I, and we will pick some to perform next episode.
Yes, we will actually read them out in character. So make your sentences good.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please give it a like and share it with someone who is learning English.
And subscribe to Jackie English channel so you never miss an episode. We come out every week.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. You are doing great. Keep going.
This is Jackie English channel. See you next time.